Cuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 364 of The Willow Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. And yes, you heard that right. 364, which means tomorrow is the last episode of The Willow Show. And yes, I do plan on trying to bring you something special for the very last episode. And I just want to talk a little bit about why The Willow Show is ending. Now, originally when I started this, one, I had broken my ankle and was out of action. Two, I always wanted to get better at speaking and being more brave and putting myself out there in public. And also my cameraman was interested in doing YouTube, so I told him if he wanted to get a good following, you have to constantly put out videos. So I decided to set an example how you can't give up and do something I enjoyed. I think about wrestling all the time. I love talking about wrestling. And I thought, you know what, maybe I can help some other people. And I also thought, I'm going to be a very positive show. I'm going to always constantly put up other people and not just talk about myself. So this just may catch on. And unfortunately, it really hasn't caught on. And I'm kind of pissed off, to be quite honest. Like, I put my heart and soul into this. I did so much research on people. And after a whole year, I have like 60 subscribers. Like, that's pretty lame. Like, really, like, no one wants to support each other. It's almost like, well, if I say that I like Elian's videos, and then he says something 75 episodes later that I disagree with, well, I just co-sign him, so I'm guilty by association, or I'm a better wrestler than that Elian, so why should I go and like his stuff, or like he's trying to do stuff? And I get it. If it was there's a lot of stuff out there, and a daily thing, you don't even have to watch it and you can support. You could subscribe, or even share it, or even just a like. Sometimes a lot of people, which I get a lot of, is I'll put up a thing on Facebook and the video will get only 3 views, but the comment threads is over 100, and I really do appreciate that, and it makes my night too. But it seems like if it was a fan, nobody would support it, which I do. The fans make those fan-made videos, they try and do their things. I always subscribe. I know how it feels, man, when you're busting your ass to try and do something and no one cares. Or like, for me, I make so many videos. I put over every promotion in Ontario. I put over, top 10 list of guys of this. I put over every wrestling school in Ontario. I put over the veterans. I interviewed anybody that wanted to be interviewed. Like, I was just trying to be so giving to everybody in the Ontario wrestling community and just bring them up and give them a shine and just let them know there are people that support, because it seems like wrestlers don't support each other. It seems like, okay, if you're working a show with somebody, you're going to like a couple of their posts because you're going to end up seeing them at a show down the road. Or if you're on a promotion with someone and you don't like them, you're still going to like the stuff on Facebook here and there. Just, you want to keep in good with everybody in that tight little circle. Especially if it's a promoter. Oh, I love your stuff on social media. Can I get booked? Like, it's always like that, and it's so cliquey, and people don't want to step outside their things. And I know people don't have a lot of time, but there is a lot of people that I see that spend a lot of time, like, on Facebook and Twitter and that crap. And it's so hard. They'll give a like to someone. Oh, everyone's saying this guy is the best wrestler. So if he puts a photo or something up, everyone will say, oh, I like it. But we don't want to like that guy because, oh, he's not as good a wrestler as me. Or, oh, he doesn't work for as many promotions. Mind you, you work for 3 promotions and they're only drawing 20 fans, and I work for one and I'm getting like 200-300 fans. So like, what's the difference? And who cares? Just support people, because you never know who's gonna make it. Or what if my show, like, hypothetically speaking, what if this show really took off and I got a bunch of subscribers and I got on a radio network? Then you probably wish, hey, maybe I should have like sucked up to Elian a bit more, and then maybe he'll put me over in the road. So I'm just saying, not for me. It's too late for me. I've given up. I did what I said I was going to do. 1 video a day for an entire year, that's not easy. What if you were sick? Like, that's a whole year. What if something comes up? What if you're on vacation? What if the internet goes out? Like, so many possibilities, and yet I still came through. And, but anyway, I'm just saying for the future, when people are trying to do something different and make themselves relevant, everyone says, oh, I don't know who this Elian is. Well, I'm trying to make people know who I am. I am trying to put myself out there and make myself relevant. And yeah, I'm on a show once or twice a month, but I'm trying to be like, hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. Hey, no one wants to look at me unless I'm talking about them. And even on the comment threads, if it's something about myself, or something about something they don't know about, like, oh, I did a promotion spotlight on this promotion, but I've never wrestled for them, so I'm not gonna like it. But if I wrestled for them, then I'm gonna like it, because then the people that promote the shows, they're gonna see that I liked it, and they're gonna keep booking me because I liked it. Like, come on. Or like, they'll only comment if they can talk about themselves. I find if I do a video talking about myself, which I don't do that much, no one comments on it. But as soon as it's like, how do you feel, or what happened, what was your best match, everyone's like, well, I had this match and I was so great. And I let people have that forum. You know what? Good for you. But brag away, because no one's going to do it for you. That's what I realized. I could sit here and not do this show and have a couple people that know me, and that's it. Or I could try and do the show and try and get people to know me. Like, I'm just trying to do something different and no one cares. I find everyone shits on all the stuff. It's horrible, but what are you gonna do? So I'm just done with it. I figure I can keep it going, no problem. I have lots of great ideas that I still want to do. Lots of people I want to interview. Lots of great topics that are coming up. There's always current happenings in wrestling that come up and give you things to talk about. And I was gonna do another year. But you know what? I'm like, piss on that. You know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. If you go away, and then people will be like, oh, I like the Willow Show. And I do, and I'm not saying this for everybody. Obviously, I've had some really good supporters. There's about 20 to 30 people that really supported me, like, would share my things, would like them, comment on them, and watch them, actually watch them. But I'm just talking to everybody else. And it's sad, really, that people can't help each other up. It's like, then it's the competition. They don't want no competition. Like, that's what it is. It's like, oh, I don't want to say this guy's a good wrestler because that makes me look weaker or something. Like, if you're comfortable in your own skin, which I am, I know what my worth is. I know how I view myself as a wrestler. And so I'm comfortable. I can talk about other people and not be offended and not feel like it's hurting my chances. But people don't want competition. Guaranteed, as soon as the Willow Show ends, people will be like, oh, I missed the Willow Show. You should bring that back. But they don't actually want me to bring it back, because when I'm doing it, I'm trying to stay relevant. And then when I'm gone, it's like, okay, he's out of the spotlight. Oh, Elian, I loved your show. Yeah, okay, whatever. Like, come on now. It's just the way things are. And you really can't go on social media and make an impact unless you're controversial. Unless I offend somebody, or imagine if I made negative videos. I was going to do that. In like the second or third episode, I think it was the third episode, I went and dissed Zach. Like, I just thought he'd be up for it because he had a show and he knows the way to use social media. So I just went and attacked him, and I figured, he'll answer me back on a show. He probably likes this kind of thing. Or if he doesn't and he's pissed off, well, that's even better. But anyway, I did like top 10 Ontario wrestlers that are active on social media. It was my second episode. And I put him on there because he had a show. And I same with him. No one supported his damn show. Like, and it was really good. It was doing something completely different to me. And people just, if they did, so they'll listen, but they don't want to admit they listen. So anyway, I went and put him on the list of top 10 people. And then I listened to his show, and it was pretty decent, but there were some holes in it. So I, like, hey, I'm going to start a feud. What else do you do? Hey, this will get people talking. So, like, I could be the good guy, or I could be the bad guy, or whatever, but it hopefully will get people talking, and maybe hopefully listen to both of our shows. And that was my idea. And it kind of worked, because he at least responded to me. But then I was like, you know, I don't want to be that guy, because that's fake, and that's not who I am. But imagine if I made a show, like, right now. And that's one of the reasons why I also got to stop, too, because I'm so positive, but there's so many things that piss me off in the wrestling business and around Ontario, and there's so many people, even on my own friends list, that bother me, that drive me nuts, that do this stuff where they think they're better than other people, or they have to knock people down, or they say the stupidest stuff and make asses of themselves, and I want to call them out, but I'm like, I can't. I'm very positive. So that's another reason why I got to stop, because eventually I'm just going to end up snapping on an episode, and I don't want to do that. But to everybody that did support me, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. But it's not enough to keep it going. Like, 65 subscribers, getting 7 views on a video, like, I know it's every day, but it's a 7-8 minute video, or you could binge watch on the weekend, or like, if I'm talking about someone, we'll watch. I love to hear my name being dropped. But no one, and then plus, I gave out so much advice. I've almost had 18 years in wrestling. And yeah, I haven't made it that far as some people, but I made so many good advice videos for the young wrestlers coming up saying, maybe I don't know what to do, but I know what not to do, and I'm telling you, and I'm pouring my heart out and telling you the mistakes I've made and all the regrets I've made and all this kind of stuff, and no one wants to listen. A lot of guys that are getting in the business now, they already know everything. They knew everything before they trained because they watch wrestling every day, so they know everything about the business. They're smart. They got it down. They don't need anybody's advice who's actually been through the ups and downs and a lot of downs and been treated like crap and, you know, had horrible matches and everything. And I'm giving you this and telling you maybe how to react to it or how it's going to be, and nobody wants to listen. And if they do listen, they're not grateful. It's just free advice. Why am I giving away? Because I care. And like Cody Deaner always puts those things out like, dear young wrestlers, and I don't usually pay attention either. It's the same thing. I'm like, I don't need to hear from this guy. I got it all figured out myself. But he put one out yesterday or today or 2 days ago or something that was about have thick skin in the wrestling business. It's so true. People do not want to see you succeed, and as soon as you succeed, they just want to bring you down, and they just wish it was me. There's so much jealousy. No one's happy for anyone else. Even there's people in Ontario wrestling that have done good for themselves that I couldn't stand, that treated me like crap, and I had nothing good to say about them, but I was still happy for them because you know what? They worked their asses off to get there, and they deserved it. So I'm just not that guy. And it's sad because there is so many of those people out there, and the thing that bothers me the most is this pisses me off. Is I'll make a video talking about somebody, and then people will private message me. That was a good video. I agree with this. I disagree with that. So you obviously watched the video. You liked the video, and you have an opinion about the video that you could share, but you won't share it to the public and say, hey, Elian, I liked your video where everyone can see, this is my opinion, I agree with this, I disagree with that. No, I get all these private messages. And it's like, are you kidding me? So you're not even, you watched it and liked it, but you're not willing to admit it to anybody? Why? Because you're embarrassed that you liked Elian's video? It's just a bunch of crap. Like or you get a leg drop, comment or you get a clothesline, subscribe or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. Cuba, I'm done. Peace.